fields, completely
Hmm.
different backgrounds. But it made sense, right?
Yeah.
That we all belong here.
Yeah. It was nice to feel like this huge group of us were just together and like working towards a common goal. And that there was something we could each relate on, that being
Mhm.
that we all were fairly new, except for those of us who were not. And
Mhm.
then, you know, and we could reach out to them like, hey, remember when you were where we were? And they're
Yeah,
so encouraging, like, ask questions, we're here this time. Let's have a study group. Stuff like that really made it um, more manageable. I
right,
wouldn't say easier, but definitely more manageable.
right.
Yeah.
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 So
What
one
led
thing,
you?
yeah, so for me, I had started developing an interest in coding and data science when I was working at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, but I was like managing their health and wellness program. I wasn't like upstairs in the with the economists running, all the data and looking at all of the graphs and everything. But it was intriguing. So um, when I had moved to DC, I tried to find a way to learn coding for free and also to meet people. So I found a group which no longer functions, but it was called Hear Me Code. And they had free classes every Saturday where they were teaching Python. I was like, what is Python? At that time, I only knew about like HTML and CSS, but it was really cool. And so through that, I, learned how to use Python and then got ideas of how I could try and make a pivot to go upstairs where all the economists are and just found any opportunity I could to like learn. But self-teaching is difficult. It's so much better when you have a structured training program, but boot camps are expensive. So
Mhm.
I was never able to join a boot camp. So when this program came along, which I found out about through Instagram, I immediately thought it was a scam. But
Really?
yeah, but I applied anyway, but I did have doubt, like, I guess all due to like imposter syndrome. Like, I don't have enough skills. Like, I've never done this before. Why would they pick me? But I applied anyway, and just like you, I got in, and here we are. And it was great. Yeah, but I think during the program, one thing I had to learn really fast was proper study skills because the information they were giving us, we had a very steep learning curve, and the information they were giving us was coming at us fast since it
Hmm.
was a part-time program. And I had a full-time job trying to study and just still trying to maintain a social life. That was difficult, so I definitely had to, I don't know, find better study skills and reach out to
Hmm.
my uh, other fellows to figure out what other people were doing. Yeah, because I was definitely experiencing a lot of burnout. So for you, like, did you experience any of that, or what study skills did you use to get through the program?
It was really, really hard because prior to, so I was just like, I'm probably not going to get in. Like, I had been rejected from so many other things I had applied for before. And like, right when I got accepted into the program, I got offered a job. So, like, the first job I had been offered, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'm going to take it because why not make money, you know?
Right.
But then I was also offered a second job, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
sure, okay, I can do it because, like, it was super part time, very flexible. So I was working two jobs and doing this program.
Oh my goodness.
So what I ended up having to do was be really um, assertive about
Okay.
I can only work these hours or I can only work these days because I need to study for my class. Like, and it became a thing where it was like if you guys can't honor my availability, then I have to leave this job
Right.
because at the end of the day, like a person in a job is always going to be
Mhm.
replaceable.
Mhm.
Um, but me investing the time into learning something or growing,
Right.
that's invaluable. Like I can't. There's no limit on that. So, and also no one else can like take that away. So I was just like,
Right.
this is the time that I can work, and like let's see if we can make this work. It was tough though. Like I did not have a social life
Mm.
at all. That
Mhm.
that was the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for studying, um, I did purchase a book, or
Mhm.
my best friend purchased a book for me, uh, The Real Python,
Okay.
and it's really, really big book, but it introduced Python in very easy, like easy language, and it was written in a way that I'd easily be able to reference what
Mhm.
topics I needed to look for.
Okay.
Um, so as we were taught things in the program, I was looking at that book, uh,
Okay.
sometimes going back through the lectures independently. Um, I was always asking my team members, "Hey, do you guys have any idea about this question?"
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it was very tough, but
Yeah.
when I wasn't working, I was just studying.
Yeah.
I feel like I was working all the time, but yeah, yeah, those cases, they were tough. It was
Those
just
extended cases.
yeah, I was like, "You know what? I've done maybe half of this. I'm gonna turn it in and continue working on it, and I'll see if they can accept what I turn in after." But I mean, it happens. Like time deadlines hit. It's like okay, I've met it, but it could definitely be better.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your group. What was the makeup of your group? How many people were like absolute beginners versus already had Python skills and
There were seven.
analytic skills? Okay.
There were 7 of us, and I want to say 2 people. It was varied in terms of level. I want to say 2 people were more skilled in coding. Um, they, yeah, they were advanced. I would say they were advanced. And
Mhm.
then um, three people were more like in the middle. They
Mhm.
were more comfortable with like
Okay.
the statistics and analyzing what the data meant. And then I'd say two of us were complete like novices.
Yeah.
Uh, two, I'm one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we ended up being a group of 6 because at the end, one of our team members was just like, "I'm out."
Mhm.
And so, yeah, the makeup became one person was just a novice, and then 3 in the middle. But we all got a little bit better, I think. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
It was
definitely was that person at one point. Like, I can't do this. I can't do
really
this anymore. Yeah. I
what
was
what made
like,
you feel like that?
because I was still the balance. I was still trying to figure out the balance of studying and working, and some things just weren't coming quick enough, like with what we were learning. And
Mhm.
yeah, I was like, maybe this isn't for me. But then I like decided not to leave after talking to some people. I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, it
Me
was I
too.
it was just that, imposter syndrome coming back or
Yeah,
like that negative self-talk.
yeah. It's
Mhm.
like it's interesting how that negative self-talk rears its ugly head, and you have to like be aware that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's a lot of times easier said than done, but yeah.
What was your group project about?
We did, analyzing the sentiment of music that people
Ooh,
listen to
okay.
during the pandemic. We were trying to when something, big happens that affects, like, a large population,
Mhm,
you can, say let me be more give a better example, explain this better. Like how in the 20s, it's categorized as like the roaring 20s because people had money, they had social lives because they had money, they were like living on credit, we know now. And then that led to the Great Depression in the 30s. You can look at that and make those names or phrases for those eras because the economic data shows like
mhm,
people didn't have money. We were in a economic depression.
mhm,
So we wanted to look at music and see how were people feeling? Like what was the general sentiment overall within the United States during COVID? And we compared music listening patterns from before,
okay.
during, and of course we're still in it. So it's hard to say really what the definitive answer to that question is,
Yeah,
because we're still in it.
right,
But um, it was interesting to see like what the sentiments were.
right.
I was surprised. I was like expecting people to be listening to like more sad songs, but
Mhm,
no, people were listening to more happy songs
yeah.
according to the data we were able to pull. So yeah, that was interesting.
Oh, that's really cool. So thinking of the program and the structure and the group you were in, like, in group dynamics and all of that, would you say that you got out of the program what you wanted? Do you feel that you were trained well in that short amount of time, like 4 months, to be able to do, like, entry level data analyst work?
So, first question, do I feel like I got out of the program what I wanted?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
And what I thought I wanted, I got more than what I thought I wanted.
Mhm.
What I thought I wanted was just certification, something to put on my resume, and a job.
Mhm.
Like, I got all those things, or a better job. So I got all those things. But um, I also met a lot of people
Mhm.
and like connected with a lot of people. Sometimes I still text people from my group just
Yeah,
to like see how they're doing. They check in with me. And it's nice because like you don't really like we're all separated. You don't really
mhm,
know like how people are doing.
right,
That's really nice. I feel like we're friends or building a friendship.
yeah,
And in this day and time, it's really hard to make friends when you're older. So
I agree.
yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Um, and I got like a lot of, I want to say like ammunition to battle that negative self-talk. Like
mhm,
if something comes up and my initial thought is, I don't think I can do this. Well, there was something else I didn't think I could do. And surprisingly, like I shocked myself and I was able to do it. So, I mean, it comes into to just retraining your brain for me.
right,
So, yeah, I got that. And I think that that's probably one of the most important things
mhm.
that I got out of the program.